21, 曾展宏同学, and his story is Jack and the Beanstalk.
Good morning, everyone. The title of my story is Jack and the Beanstalk. Once upon a time, there was a widow who had a lazy son called Jack. They lived in a tiny cottage. They were very poor that the only thing they had left was a cow. Jack's mother said to him, "Take the cow to the market and sell it at a good price." Jack was on his way to the market when he met a man. When Jack told him that he was on his way to the market to sell the cow, the man talked Jack into exchanging his cow with the magic beans that he had. Jack showed his mother the magic beans. She became angry and threw the beans out of the window. The next morning, Jack saw a beanstalk outside his window. He ran outside and climbed the beanstalk until he reached the top of the beanstalk. There he saw a long road. He set off along the road and met an old woman. She wanted him to go to the castle. Jack soon reached the castle and knocked on the door. Gok, gok, gok. A woman opened it. "I am tired and hungry," said Jack. "Could you please give me some supper and a bed for the night?" "Oh, my poor boy," cried the woman. "My husband is a giant and he eats people." Jack felt afraid, but he was too tired and hungry to run away. So he pleaded with the woman to take him in. She finally agreed and prepared supper for Jack. Scarcely had he finished eating when he heard the loud footsteps of the giant returning. Jack's heart was beating loudly. The giant's wife quickly hid him. Then she went to let her husband in. The giant stormed into the kitchen, sniffed around, and roared. "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." "Nonsense," said the giant's wife. "You must be dreaming." And she served him an enormous meal. When the giant had finished eating, he shouted to his wife, "Bring me my head, my money bags, and my harp." As soon as he had finished counting his golden eggs and money, he instructed his harp to play some music. It continued to play some music until the giant was almost asleep. Then he shouted, "Stop!" and the music stopped. As soon as the giant had fell asleep, Jack grabbed the money bags and the harp. But when he grabbed the harp, it called out, "Master! Master!" This woke the giant up. "You are stealing my head, my money, and my harp." He stood up and set off after Jack. Jack ran towards the beanstalk. Looking over his shoulder, he saw the giant striding after him. He scrambled and slid down the beanstalk, shouting, "Mother! Mother! Bring me the axe quickly! The giant is coming!" Jack's mother gave him the axe, and he swung the axe with all his might and struck the beanstalk with it. The beanstalk toppled down and there was a tremendous thud as the giant fell to his death. At that moment, the old lady whom Jack had met earlier appeared. It was she who had wanted Jack to climb the beanstalk and had led Jack to the castle. "Your troubles are over," the old lady said to Jack and his mother. And they lived happily ever after. Thank you.
Thank you. Participant number 22, Liu Yuan 同学, and the title of the story is More Blessed to Give Than to Receive.
Thank you, MC. Good morning, judges, teachers, and all my fellow friends. Today, I'm going to tell a story entitled More Blessed to Give Than to Receive. Once upon a time, in ancient China, lived a poor farmer called Liao. He was a kind-hearted young man. One day, on his way home from the fields, Liao tripped over a stone. He tumbled onto the ground and caught a piece of straw in his hand as he fell. He decided to keep the piece of straw. As he walked on, a fly came flying in circles above his head. "How annoying," he said, and killed it at once. He then tied the dead insect to his straw so that he could feed it to his fish when he reached home. Along the way, he met a lady and her little son. When the boy saw the fly, he said to his mother, "Please, buy me the fly so that I can feed it to my fish." Liao heard the boy and handed the fly over to him. The lady was so happy that she gave Liao 2 oranges from her basket. Before long, Liao met a merchant who was so thirsty that he nearly fainted. Since there was no water available, Liao took pity on him and offered his oranges to the merchant to quench his thirst. The grateful merchant rewarded Liao 2 pieces of silk cloth for his generosity. Liao continued with his journey, carrying the cloth in his arms. Soon, a rich man's carriage rode by. The rich man's wife was looking out of the carriage and saw the pieces of cloth. "Oh, what a lovely design! I must have both pieces," she told her husband. The rich man loved his wife dearly and offered Liao a bag of silver in exchange for the cloth. As soon as Liao reached home, he used the silver to buy some land and shared them with his fellow villagers. They worked hard on their land and became prosperous. Everyone was amazed to recall how their prosperity started from a piece of straw that Liao picked up one fateful day. Okay, friends, the moral in this story is, it is more blessed to give than to receive. Thank you.
Thank you. Participant number 23, Chen Ziyuan 同学, and the title of the story is The Crying.
A very good morning to everyone present today. Today, I'm here to share a story entitled The Crying Stone. Once, there lived an old woman and her daughter Audrey in a village near the jungle. Unfortunately, Audrey was very lazy. She would never help her mother with the house chores. Every day, she would comb and tie her hair over and over again in front of the mirror. Sometimes, she would even dress up like a princess and admire herself. As for Audrey's mother, she had to do all the things by herself. One day, Audrey's mother was not feeling well, so she begged Audrey to accompany her to the market to sell vegetables. Upon hearing this, Audrey was very happy. "Alright, I'll follow you to the market to sell vegetables, but on one condition. I will walk in front and you shall follow me from behind." The mother did not say anything but to obey her orders. On the mountain roads, Audrey sat happily as she planned to have a wonderful time at the market. She was even dressed to her nines that day. All along the way to the market, many people greeted her and admired her beauty. Then a young man asked her, "Hello, young young lady. Where are you going? Is that your mother?
Oh, I'm going to market to buy some things. By the way, this is not my mother. She's only my servant.
As her mother heard this, she felt very sad and angry. She wished her daughter would be punished. Then, out of a sudden, Audrey's legs started to turn into stones. She was shocked and started to scream, "Help me! Help, mother! Please forgive me! Help! Help! Help me! Please, I was wrong! Forgive me, mother! Please! Please! Save me!" Before her mother could help, her whole body turned into a big stone. Her mother's wish was granted, but her mother felt sad as she lost her only daughter. Tears rolled down from the stone as Audrey was crying. It is believed that the stone cries till today. So, my friends, remember, we must respect our parents as they are the greatest people in our lives. With that, I shall end my story. Thank you.
Thank you. That's all for all the participants for the English telling story. And while we are waiting for the result, okay, can we